amazing. Oh, thanks. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, these are all stories I wrote maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Before AI, these are just my stories. I love writing stories. It's kind of fun. Always wanted to do it kind of more for a living because, I always have ideas. But, okay. I hope you guys like that one. If you want to follow me, that'd be great. I'm always looking for more peeps so that I can have a channel and do more stories. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so here's my next one. These are all about 7 minutes. I have much longer ones, and I did win some awards. I would send my stories to like an international writing contest, so I won some honors with that. So I'm a decent writer, I like to think, hopefully. So here's another one. It's called Beautiful on the Inside. Olivia really didn't want to get braces. Really, she didn't. But she had to. The dentist told her if she didn't correct the alignment of her teeth now as a child, it would become much harder as she grew older. She was still 9. Maybe it wouldn't be so difficult if she didn't also have to wear glasses too, and strong ones at that. It certainly didn't help with her image. Neither did it help that she was the smartest girl in her class. Wouldn't the other kids look up to her? No. They just commented on her looks. Her parents always told her it was because the other children were jealous of her, but Olivia never thought that. Every morning she saw herself in the mirror and had given up trying to make herself look beautiful. You see, her parents couldn't really afford to get her the right contact lenses or the special invisible braces that would fix the look of her teeth without anyone noticing. She just had to make do. She couldn't get any kind of fancy makeup to handle her blemishes. She didn't wear any makeup at all, actually. They didn't have access to the best food, so Olivia was slowly starting to gain weight. She wished she could just somehow fade out of existence or become invisible to everyone sometimes. Her mother always told her not to worry about what the other kids were saying about her. But for Olivia, she just wanted to be liked. So when Gertrude and the other girls in her class called her names, she had become used to it already. It didn't matter that she knew all the answers to the teacher's questions. The years passed, however, and some things changed. Olivia had turned 11, and being a smart girl, she decided to take on more chores. More chores meant higher allowance, and a higher allowance meant more money for newer and better braces. She was able to get rid of those ugly ones she had before because from her hard work, she could now afford it. Another year passed, and Olivia, being a smart girl, while most 12-year-old girls were not allowed to take on jobs, they were allowed to begin babysitting if they were responsible enough and were good with kids. Olivia knew this, and she took on as much babysitting as her schedule could handle. Therefore, she made even more extra money, and with this money, she was able to afford contact lenses that she would replace every week. And just like that. I get emotional. I'm sorry. Okay. And just like that, her heavy glasses were a thing of the past. The next year came, and Olivia, being so smart, decided to add tutoring to her to-do lists. She helped other students through their studies and made even more money. And with this money and the other money she was making already, she was finally able to eat healthier and get herself some vitamins. So no more fast food or soda pop or candy. She could afford healthier foods for herself, which even tasted great. And from doing this, she felt she had more energy and was in a better mood all the time. The next year came to pass and Olivia turned 14. She was now allowed to get an actual job working limited hours. She did this, and using that money, she got herself just a tiny little bit of makeup to make her face look more beautiful. When Olivia turned 15, oh my God. I could do this. Just a little emotional on these stories. When Olivia turned 15, she started exercising. And between this and eating healthy, she began losing weight. More and more, she began a transformation. Any other students making fun of her looks would now be called crazy. She was doing all the right things and becoming more and more beautiful all the time. When she was 18, she became the prom queen in her school and danced with the most handsome boy in the school, all while those who used to make fun of her looked the same way as they ever did. But Olivia no longer worried about her looks anymore. She knew she was beautiful. She would keep up her healthy routine of a proper diet, exercise, and just a little bit of makeup for the rest of her life. Many, many years later, it was time for the high school reunion. This is where students from long ago get to meet up again as adults and find out how everyone is doing in life. Everyone was there, talking about who they married and what they now do for a living. Olivia hadn't arrived yet. She finally came in last. When she entered the room, everyone stopped talking. I don't know why these stories are so emotional to me. I'm sorry. Okay. When she entered the room, everyone stopped talking. She was gorgeous. Everyone stared, even though they tried not to. Olivia was 40 years old now, but almost didn't look a day over 21. Some of the other students used to make fun of her on the other. Some of the students who used to make fun of her on the other end looked, well, you know. But all this was in the past now. Olivia didn't need to make fun of anyone for how they looked. It wasn't important to her anymore. She had different values in life now. She walked in and went about making back her friends from so long ago, even though they may not have been friendly before. She really enjoyed the evening and catching up with everyone. She had great success in all areas of life because she worked hard at them, and it showed. Olivia always had a deep beauty inside her that anyone... Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. Hold on. I'm just gonna get tissues. Are there people saying hi? Hello. 1 second. Tissues. Okay. I could do this. We're almost there. Okay. Okay. So, where were we? Olivia always had a deep beauty inside her that anyone could see, no matter how she appeared on the outside. All you had to do was really just look. The end. Alright. I hope you guys liked that story.